Hey guys, it's time for the 2022 collection update. So I thought I would just get right into it here and just start with our main display here. Okay, so first off I'll talk about our D-Day guy here, or our U.S. soldier here. This is what our soldier would have looked like getting off the landing craft, 1944. Of course, everything, like I've mentioned before, everything I have in this room is 100% original. Nothing is reproduction or been faked. So that's one of the things I pride myself in, is making sure everything's 100% correct. So, I'll go ahead and get into more of the details here. So, I'll start the helmet up here. The helmet, this is one of my newer items. This was, it's named. All the paint on it's original, and it had I've got all the documentation with it. I know all about the guy now. So let's actually take a closer look at it. Let's take it down from here. Let's bring it over here. Let's sit it down for a moment here. So here we are. It's got an original liner strap here. This is nice. It's got its original. Of course, it's a chin strap, and it's a fixed bail. As you can see there, let's see. It is fixed bail. You see, it is named William Cherry. It's also named inside of the actual helmet itself, but I'm not going to take the liner out right now. I do have this. So while it's sitting on the mannequin, so it's not stressing out the liner band or anything like that, so it's got more padding there. But yeah, and one of the neatest things about this helmet is it's got the original "Follow Me" stripe on the back, which is really cool. All original paint. I've done all the research on this guy. He seemed like a pretty. It's a pretty neat guy. This would have been a true combat helmet. So we'll go ahead and put this back up on our mannequin here. I just wanted to set that aside and talk about it for a minute, because I believed it deserved its own little segment we talked about. Get it all back there. Alright, there we go, looking good. Alright, then we've got our gas mask bag. So it's, of course, everything's original. Here's our life belt, flotation device, and there's our cartridge belt there with the first aid kit and pouch. First aid kit and pouch is dated from 1941, and the cartridge belt is dated from 42. And the flotation is dated from 44. It was April 3rd of 44. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's April 3rd of 44. I would have loved to get a 43, but this is my only option right now to have. So whenever I find a 43 or an earlier one, I will change it out. I try to put everything early on this guy that I can. He has the early Type 1 service shoes, which are combat boots, and they are dated from 41 also. And then he's got the leggings here that are also dated 41. And we see these are his HPT trousers here, or pants. And call them, either way. I got these from a guy in Georgia. His dad bought. See, these are such good shape. His dad bought these for him in the 70s to play in, but he already had some he liked better. So these stayed in mint condition, and they've got the original tag on there, and they're dated from 43. So this would have been a correct style of HPT pants for a soldier to be wearing. I originally had him wearing the wool pants, but I thought I'd just change it out, and I think I like the look. He does have his wire cutters back there. They're dated 42. The pouch is also dated 42. What's neat about the pants is, and sorry if y'all skip ahead, I'm just going into more detail about these. The earlier ones, or the Of course, the really early ones just had just regular pockets like your jeans would have. But a little bit later, they had these pockets. These had little flaps on them. Well, the earlier flapped ones were higher up near the waist. The later ones were down farther, closer to your knee. Anyway, another neat thing about this is the original gas brassard. This was hard to find. I really didn't think I was going to find one. And a lot of people were saying, oh, you shouldn't have put it on there because of how fragile it is, but it already had a rip in it there. But I wanted the display to be all correct and everything, and I just carefully slipped it on there, and it's on there now. It's original. It's all nice and marked on the inside. It smells original too. You'll learn all this stuff has a smell to it. But here we have our German here. He has an M33 tunic on. He's wearing an M42 helmet with a breadboard strap, or they put foliage down in it. They wrap it around your helmet. He's also wearing his gas mask, his canteen, and his bread bag. But you can't see them because they're behind there. I don't know if I've got it on the thing. I don't know if you can see behind it. I don't think so. But might be able to see the canteen. Yeah, barely. Anyway, I like to get them where I can see all the gear on them because it's really interesting. Just the gear, like this one has the M1928 haversack with the M1910 trenching shovel there. And so over here we have the M33, as I said, and originally it would have had white collar tabs here, and it would have had a white breast eagle. But they were replaced by a soldier who wore this uniform. Everything's been period done, period stitched. There's nothing restored on this tunic. It's got the early Regiment 115 shoulder boards. Oops, my shadow's getting in the way there. 115 shoulder boards. What's really neat about it is it's got on the inside of the tunic, it's stamped with Regiment 115. On the inside also. Well, and what's neat is the hat here that came with it is also stamped inside with Regiment 115. So this was all one grouping here. But it's taken me a long time, really to put both these together. And a lot of time and effort working and stuff like that. We've got the flag back there. I purchased that from Collectors Guild. That's a good website to buy your items off of. They're a little bit pricey, but at least I know what's coming from theirs original. Anyway, I got the potato masher grenade there. And then we have our assault badge there. Then our K98 pouches, the belt. So now go back down to here. We have an M42 helmet starting at the left here. Then M40, then M35. It's just kind of like, M35, M40, M42. It's just going in order there of, the year, or the earliest to latest models. And you got in the back there, you've got an M40 relic with a relic gas mask canister. And then right there we're pointing at, that's a Kriegsmarine cap there. That's a side cap. And then there's a Kriegsmarine boat flag there. Down here we've got a K98 bayonet right in the top there, and the bottom knife there is it's a Hitler Youth dagger. Then we have our sold book. That was all the soldiers' information, just, where they've been, everything like that, the medical records, any medals they might have won, where places they've been. We have at the bottom of the display glass there, there's a Cyclone B label. Then to the left of that is a World War I Iron Cross. Then we're going to the top of the gas canister label. There's two tinnies. You can notice them because they look the same. Frankentag or Frankentag, I'm not sure to say it. There, two tinnies from there. Then we have our Kriegsmarine breast eagle, and then on the right, on the right of the tinny, There's a relic wound badge, and above it there's another medal. And that medal's name is, it has left my mind for some reason. But anyway, then this one up here with the wing spread there, that was captured by my great uncle Bill. And that's a Luftwaffe's pilot badge. There's some Reich finnings right there. Hitler Youth belt buckle. Of course, that M42 right there, Luftwaffe M42, has the original bread bag strap around it. And then up here, we've got a Panzer. What I've been told is basically like a tank killer unit. And of course, they've got the pink indicating the Panzer. But it's a really nice tunic. It's an untouched one. Hadn't been restored in any way. The only thing that's been done to it was the soldier shortened it, as you can see here. You can see where those 3 holes used to be. Now there's only 2. It's where those the belt hook holes used to be, the suspension there. But it's really neat. You can see the wear of the buttons, and then up here you can see all the fraying, and then there's a little repair up around the neck there somewhere. That's also what's really neat about the M33, is I like things that you can tell, they were there. They've been there and they've done that. They got like repairs. They got another one down here. It's just there's a bunch of them all over the M33. But it's just like these helmets right here. All the white marks on top and stuff like that, I've been told like that's from like hitting their heads and houses and stuff like that. And that M35 I actually believe is a KIA helmet. I need to do a video on it because it's got a bunch of stuff around the rim that looks like blood, and the liner looks to be blood soaked. It's rotted in places where that would be. That's what one of my forums told me it looked like. It was a KIA helmet. When I put it under the black light, see, because apparently you can, blood or something glows or whatever, I don't know. That's what I've been told. I don't know if I'm right or wrong there, but it definitely glowed around there. I'll pick it up here and I'll show you what I'm talking about while we're at it here. Let's bring it up over here. It's a little dusty. Need to get a duster after this. But here's the M35 here. And here's the white marks I was talking about. Okay, let's flip her over here. I don't know if you can see that little outline there. That's all the way around the helmet. It's like it's blood or something. And you see the liner. And they're telling me it looks blood soaked and everything. But yeah, that's just what I was talking about. But who knows? Let me set it back there. Put it, there we go. Got everything situated back. Now this right here, I think this is a great invention here they had. It's a fork and spoon. I think they called it a Gurfel, I believe. I may be butchering saying that, but there you are. And it is dated, let's see here. I believe it's 41. Yep. And of course back to the back you can't see because they're covered up, but their sports shirt emblems back there from their sport uniforms. All right, let's instead of going to our left here, let's take a trip back to the right here. Let's take a look at some of this stuff. So here we have our officer's desk here. This was given to me by one of my friends that also does World War II collecting. It was given to him, so he's passing it down to me, and I'm thankful for it. It's a real nice addition. Here we have what's really neat is a life raft ration. And later on in the video here, I'm going to show you, I've got several of these. I opened one, and I'll tell you all about it. And of course, a lot of people say, oh, don't open them, this, that, and the other. Since I had several of them, I wanted to see what it looked like inside. I know you can look up pictures and stuff, but I wanted to have one so I could display it open. But here we go. So just kind of set up like an officer to had it. There's a Pin-Up Girl, Stars and Stripes magazine. Then we got binoculars. Those are dated. I believe those are dated 43. Yeah, those are 43. Got our cup. We got some period correct cigarettes there. I believe those are actually from World War II. A couple letters there. Those were to my uncle, or from my uncle Tommy, World War II. So those are. We got a compass down there, which was his compass, and just some V-mail there, and a shoehorn, and a camera that Monster might have had. Some chevrons there. Now this is, of course, everything's original here. I've got, this is a dinner ration here, K-ration. Now, the thing is neat, I kind of forgot about this, but I set it in here because it kind of stinks, because the cheese is rotten. But I'll bring it out just for this to show y'all. It's this right here. U.S. Army Field Ration dinner unit. There's a mouse that got inside of it and ate everything. Ate all the cigarettes and ate everything inside there except for the cheese that's in the can, but it's all bloated now. But I'm just going to put that back in there because it's starting to stink up my room. Alright. Yeah, it kind of cancels out the smell putting it in there. So I may just opt to remove the cheese so I can display it, and I'll just keep it like a Ziploc or something. Or just empty the contents, one of the two, and display it. But anyway, here we have another helmet here. That was just a cheap one. I got freebie. And then here was here's another field phone. I had one down here. I don't know if I've shown it, but there's some other stuff. There's a trenching tool. But I kind of forgot about this M35. We'll talk about it for a second. This is actually a pretty small size. It's my first double decal, and of course it's not worth that much. It didn't have a liner in it. It's when it's got the metal band, but the decals are pretty much worn off. You can tell where they're at, but I don't know if you can kind of see that one there. But yeah, I'll make my way back to the officer's desk in a minute. There's a few canteens there. Nice little variety of early to late war. It's like you got early, mid, and late. There's an early, I think that's 42 dated mess kit. But then right here we got an M1928 haversack, and then there's another gas mask bag. And same as the one up here. I just have this one on there because it's got the brighter stenciling. It looks better. But there's a couple more mess kits, and let's get back to over here. Field phone, and we got, talk about the helmet. And let's put this to the side. This is really neat right here. This is mosquito repellent. It's all full. It's got its original contents in there. Anyway, here are some Type 3 service shoes, or combat boots as they call them. And then here is a pair of gaiters here, or leggings, that's their official term. These are dated from 43. The boots are dated February 16th, 1944. You can always tell the earlier ones because they've got the metal rivets. So, then we got, let's see here. I don't think I missed anything. We'll go ahead and we'll move on here. We do have some medic's bag and some helmets down there, and those helmets are late war, World War II helmets. I've checked all their heat stamp numbers, and they're all late war. They're all anywhere from 44 to 45. A lot of people get angry at them if you scratch. Or I sandblasted the heat stamp numbers on them. But these helmets, if you looked at them up close, they're in really rough shape. So I just was curious, so I knew which ones to display with my World War II collection. Here we have a Jeep coat here. So I really like this thing. It's the second type. The earlier type, of course, had the brown collar. But it's got a laundry number and everything. There's another helmet there. And go down here, we see some double buckle boots. Right there. And those are 44 dated. Those are the later ones, so they've got they don't have steel rivets. Now, like the Type 3 I was talking about has steel rivets. They used up the remaining stock of the Type 3s to make the double buckle boots, what I've been told. And you can tell that they used to be these boots if they have the steel rivets. So if you see a pair of double buckle boots that has the steel rivets, it used to be just a regular pair of Type 3s but they added the cuff. But that's what I've been told, so that's what I'm going by. So if I'm wrong, comment and tell me. I'd appreciate it. I like to be as correct as possible. We got our rucksack here. It's a really nice one. Only thing wrong with it's just one strap is broken off. The rest is coming sewn, but strap's still there, so I could sew it back if I wanted to. I do have some original string. There's a helmet there. It's really thin net on it. It's a British net. Then we got the Marine P41 right there. Let's go back down here so I don't forget this stuff. Here's another pair I was talking about. The pants that my D-Day mannequin has on. Those trousers. These are the earlier big pocketed ones because they're really close to the waistband here. Got a Jeep cap, and there's just a whole bunch of assorted Army, Navy, and Marine leggings there. We've got a really nice 42 dated canteen right there. Or the canteen cover's really nice shape there. So here's our Battle of the Bowls, guys. See it down here. We got leggings, the boots, and we do have a water bucket. 41 dated canister, and then a 44 dated, that's a binocular case. Let's see here, we've got, I'll try to step back a little bit so you can see them better. It's kind of hard, this camera's kind of old too, I need to get a new one. There's a farther out view of them. Got a helmet on, a fixed bail helmet. Actually, all my mannequins have fixed bails on. They have fixed bail helmets. See them here? He's got a Jeep cap on. He's got a British net. You can tell he does have an original liner strap here, but it broke. That's the way I found it, and I just showed another piece of leather. That was a broke piece of leather from my Uncle Tommy's old Foot Locker he had in World War II, a bunch of old pieces of leather, and I stapled it together. But it's hard to, if you don't look up close, you can't see it that well. But I did it just so I could have an original on there. And see down here, we got an original MK2 grenade, and I will say all my ordnance pieces in here are all deactivated. Of course, yeah, it has to be by law, and they're really interesting to have. I'm lucky to get them. They're hard to get because there's the World War II stuff. But everything's been deactivated. The original MK2 grenade, and it's really interesting. I'll have to do a video on it. It's got a clover top too. It's got a clover stamp on top of it, and it's made by a can company. I forgot who the can company was. That's who it was made by. But here we got a bandolier with some M-block clips in it. Do not have them loaded up. Didn't have the ammunition. 30-06 it's getting pretty hard to come by, so it gets bought up everywhere. I try to go buy it from really quick. Anyway, there's this cartridge belt. There's the first aid kit there. I didn't open them up, so I'll open them up on this one. Kind of show you what this looks like. There's several different types. This is one of them. Here's one of these M-block clips. I'll pull it out because I won't be able to get back in with one hand here. But it's loaded up. I did come across some original ammunition I'm going to buy. Once I get some more ammunition, one of my friends has it. So I'll fill all their cartridge belts up with original ammunition. It's even better. We just got a scarf up there, and that scarf is we included it is period correct. It's not military issue, but it was one that we got from my buddy who's been collecting military stuff forever. It came with a lot of military stuff from one guy's estate. So we all concluded with a tag on everything with my forum. It's just a private purchase one, which was common. So let's go on here. Of course, I said we got the Marine Corps P41. We've got an Ike jacket behind there. You can't see that well. Got the pack board there. It's an earlier pack board. It's dated from 43. We've got a February of 45 dated M43. We've just got a work shirt, and it's undated. It's a HPT, but it's a later one, mid to late war. We'll go back across here. We got another wool shirt here. This one's dated from February 45. A lot of stuff's dated February. And let's see, I want to make sure it's dated February. No, it's January, sorry. January of 45. Then here, this one's dated from 42 or 43. I believe this one's actually 42. Yes, 42. The tag's kind of flaky on this one. This one's the one dated 43 right here. I need to get better on the units there. I used to know all these. I used to know what they all used to be. I've just forgotten. I've been trying to, about to go to college and everything, so I've been studying, trying to push all this stuff in my brain. I've kind of lost some stuff. I'll have to go back and figure it out later. Anyway, here is our World War I uniform. Right here. This is a cavalry, because you see it's got the cross swords there. It's got a gas mask bag, and that gas mask bag is really neat. I'm going to do a video probably on it later, just depending if I get the time or not. But it's got some stuff written on the back of it, where it belonged to the Rainbow Division. We got our cartridge belt there too, goes with it. And up there we see a picture of one of our church members' dads. Now our church member, he died last year, but he had some stuff in his house that he had told this state guy that he wanted me to have, so they gave those to me. I've got several other items of his. And he did serve in World War II. Of course, that's his dad, served in World War I. But the church member I'm talking about, he did serve in the Coast Guard in World War II. The Doughboy helmet. We got a campaign hat from World War I. Then we've got our another uniform back here. It's kind of hard to see. We got a couple of death cards up here. I don't know if you can. I'm holding it still enough so you can read it or not. But, of course, they're in German. You have to translate it. It's my great uncle's honorable discharge here. So we'll go ahead and head into here. This is one of my newest and biggest displays here. This is my radio room. Everything in here is from World War II. Set up kind of like one would be during World War II. Here's this, and I'll start talking about one of the most important pieces, but also one of the most boring pieces of this radio room. It's a table here. It's an early folding table. I probably will strip this green paint off because I believe it was painted like that post-war. Because the pictures I've seen of these early war tables, they were all just the bare wood. See, the early ones were slatted, and they had the khaki straps. Anyway. So let's get into the radio here. This radio is a Hallicrafters SX-28, and it did serve in World War II. It served with the 593rd Signal Aircraft Warning Battalion. It's stenciled on the back, and you can't see it. Well, it's on the top. It's under the speaker there. But this one served from France to Italy. I got all the documentation on it. It's really cool. I usually restore radios myself, but this one was too much of a challenge for me, as I'm still technically a newbie at it, and somebody had really screwed this one up and done stuff with the alignment, and they messed up the shaft you use for changing the band was actually the couplers were all snapped because they twisted them too hard. Anyway, let's take a listen here. I believe they've got some German transmissions coming over the radio here.
Verstärkung schicken. Aufteilen! Feldwebel, übernehmen Sie mit 3 Männern die Flanke. Ich gebe Ihnen Feuerschutz.
You may ask how I get that play across there. Well, anyway, some of y'all might recognize that's from those noises are from a popular video game, or that radio chatter is. But I thought it was very nice to use because it's a World War II video game, and it was the German radio chatter, so I thought it'd be just neat to use for the my display, because I don't really know of any original radio chatter that was recorded, but I've got that on there. And what I have is I've got a small FCC compliant AM transmitter. It's just like a little radio station, so it's plugged into my phone. The transmitter is on the other side of the room. It's got a little antenna, and then my radio picks up the signal it sends out. And of course I've got it all set up, and Up here we got our field phone. And of course the antenna for this and the wire for the field phone are all set up, and they go under there and they turn, make loops and everything else, and it goes across the room. Field phones are set up. I'll show you those here in a minute. I'll go into detail about those. Here's some extra tubes. They're from World War II, still in their little cardboard boxes. Now here's the life raft ration I was talking about here. And so I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to set my camera up here. Let's see there, right there, for a second. I'm going to see if I can't get behind here and find some of those charms back, the loose charms. So I don't want to have to open. Okay, let's see. On. Back up. Whoops, I don't want to do that. Okay, so here we are. Here's a couple of these charms here. Let's see. Kind of hold them up to the light. You can kind of see what the color they used to be or whatever. Charms right there. There's a couple of the loose ones. Now, before somebody asked, have you eaten any of these? I've eaten exactly 2 of them, and they're actually still good. One was a tiny bit stale, but they still tasted good. And after you had them in your mouth for a little while, you could pull them out, and you could see what color they used to originally be. But I hadn't died yet, so they're they are still good. Anyways, put these back there. We'll put these tubes back up here. And of course we got the other charms back here. Field phone. Here's a picture of a general. I'd like somebody could tell me who this is. I got this at an antique store. It was cheap. I got it for $5, and I didn't have much money on me that day. I was just going to kind of burn some time. And it looks like General Patton to me almost. Like, is that, but he's only got 1 star. But here is who it's to here. If you can read it or not. But I love it. Somebody could tell me who that is. I hadn't had very much luck trying to find who that is. But if one of y'all knows who it is, that I would love to hear who it actually is. Now I'm going to have trouble getting it back there. But anyway, I'll fix that here later. There's our signal flag here. We've got a couple of World War I ammo boxes with, it's a World War I era, or it's got stated 1916 Anheuser-Busch crate, so thought maybe that could have been shipped over to soldiers or whatever. But anyway, so then we have shelter half, mosquito net, dated from 41, and then 2 shelter halves with poles for World War I tents, M1910. I mean, it's got 1 earlier half and 1 later half on it. We'll go across here. We'll get back over here. I'm going to turn on my light here. Let's see here. A light. Alright. Okay. So, maybe we'll see us a little bit better. It's kind of dark over here in this corner. So, it's alright. We got some putties here. These putties are these are tailor made. They were just special made. Got the maker there. We've got some leggings dated 1918. We have 1918 dated meat can there, or mess kit. Then we have a field medical lantern here, and there was some civilians versions of these made, but you can tell that they're military by the medical symbol there, because the civilian ones didn't have that. I'm not sure what that symbol's called, but if anybody would like to let me know, I would appreciate it. Then here we have a 20th Division Bloody Bucket helmet here, and a couple of canteens, 1918 dated, 1917 Cavalry canteen. And this is really neat. This is a bread ration can from World War I. Of course, I hadn't opened this one. This is I wouldn't open this. This is old. It's amazing still in there. You can hear some stuff in there, but it's really neat. Got that from one of my buddies in town too. That does World War II collecting. He had a few World War I stuff. I think I bought pretty much everything from him that was World War I. Then we just have a collared disc. Got this in an antique store the other day. Excuse my foot down there. It was, of course, it's broken off in the back. It was $1, so I said, why not? It'd look good. Just sitting there. And then here we have an African theater British helmet. And it's got on the back side, it has 3 holes in the back of it. Now, there's civilian defense, or civil defense versions that had a 3-hole punch in a triangle, but this one doesn't. This one's got the 3-hole punches. It's got one there, and one there. And that was for an optional sunshade. But a lot of those, I've only seen one picture of them using sunshade. And I hadn't come across one. And so, just going to leave it like it is. It's got the whole liner and strap still in there. Then here's a child's gas mask here. Of course, they had to make that, made by the Avon company. It's got like a tin can there, used as the filter. And of course, you never put these gas masks on because filter's made of asbestos. Then we have a World War II helmet here. It's a late war Schluter helmet, and it was made. It was signed by one of my veteran friends that I interviewed from World War II, Gene Denton. Got down there. Then down here we have a Russian helmet on the bottom here. It was dug. It was I think it was in the. Well, I can't remember now, but anyway. Then below we've got some rations. I want to make it not rations. Sorry, we have some. Ration cards and the books and stuff like that all from one family, and we have an Arkansas fishing fishing license from 42, and I'm gonna do a video on all that stuff eventually here. That'd be neat just to see all that all the ration books and stuff like that. Anyway, so we have a Japanese helmet right here, and that was. My mom bought that for me for Christmas for 1 year, and it was actually one of the history teachers had it, and he got it from a veteran that brought it back. The veteran was using it as a drip pan or whatever or just a pan to drain his oil in for his car. So it got saved there. Then here is a Japanese government 5 pesos. This was used in the Philippines. They were copying our money basically, the same script. But it's really neat. There's a 1 on the back here. Well, I've just got it put in there. I need to get a separate display thing for it. But there it is. Alright. Now let's get up over here to the other mannequin here. I'll turn my light off because it makes it look a little bit weird. Let's see here. Alright, light is off. Alright. So here we see this mannequin here. He's got this late war. It's just got from head to toe here. It's got the Type 1 service shoes or combat boots, leggings, 1940 dated trousers or pants, and then there's an early M43. Early M43s. The tag was all messed up on this one, but you can tell by the pattern and everything and the inside, and it has a khaki liner. The size is stamped on the inside, not with a tag. And there's also a deal you can tell because if it has a hanging loop or not. But anyway, of course, the fixed bell helmet. It's got the original paint on this one. Of course, both of my fixed bells on my D-Day mannequin and this guy are original paint. That one has been repainted. That was for the Korean War, but the original paint's below it, and I halfway thought about trying to chip off that paint to get World War II paint because there's several chips, and you can see the original World War II paint. And it seems to come off pretty easy, so I thought about doing that, but I just don't know yet, so we'll see about that. So, got this guy here. Of course, he's got his suspenders, his ammo belt, his first aid kit pouch there. He's got his knit gloves and cigarette, original. And I just got this to put on there because I didn't have another one of these for this helmet. It's an original liner strap. I was lucky to get it. Need to raise it just a little bit there. There he is. So we can actually go around the back on this one. So we have his. Well, I thought my light was off, but it stayed on for some reason. There we go. Well, I might just turn it back on since we're back here in the dark again. Here's here we got his canteen here. It's a 42 dated canteen. And we've got his belt, which is all 43. And we have his Mazette bag, which is also dated 43. And it's marked very well. To the back there. We do have I will say, before I forget it, we do have a bronze star down here. It's got a story on the back of it, of how it's earned and everything. So, there's that guy. Good look out there. Just need to fix his helmet still a little bit. Back a little. There we go. Looks better. Okay. So let's go on to over here. So here in the corner here, all this whole setup here, the pants, the shirt, everything here is dated 43. I've done date sets for this one. I'm really wanting a 41 dated cartridge belt, but I'm having trouble finding one. Then of course this set right here, this is all dated 42. It's all, you know, I was doing that. Just, you know, of course this is date sets. We got a A11 skull cap here. Army Air Forces. See if that will. With our B8 flying goggles. Then some extra lenses for the B8. Some color tabs there. And these are really interesting. I really need to do a video on them. Just let me know if you'd like to know more about them. These are leaflets here that were dropped to my great uncle's base. These are ones he saved and brought back. It's really neat these survived, because there's, from what I'm seeing, there's not a lot of these out there. But they've got things they say on the back too and everything. So here's some of my Uncle Bill's items. Can't really see because it's clear. But you might, if you stop the video, if you would wish to read about him. There you go. There he is. His medals there. His mom's sweetheart pin, or not sweetheart pin. That's his mom's mother pin. It says son in service on it. It's a little locket there. And it's got his wings there. His tag off his bomber jacket. And what's neat, so you see the background of all this is a silk map that was sewn in the back of his bomber jacket. Wish we still had the bomber jacket, but sadly we don't. And then here's some pictures of his friends. Just go along the bottom there. And of course that's Gunther Tozalek, I think. Bought his book, and I love reading that, and I would suggest that anybody else likes history and stuff like that, and it's really neat to hear stuff from the German perspective, what it was like. Of course, he fought the Russians, but it's just really interesting to read. But I would read that book if I were you. It's really interesting. Got Uncle Bill's cap here. It's aviators. And we have up here some more pictures. Oh, there's me. Can't always see it. There's his barracks right there. There's his, oh, sorry. There's his barracks. There's him. There's him in front of the sign there. It's not one focus on me there. Might be able to pause it and see it. There's him right there. He was one of his buddies. There you go. So we get back there. Alright. Then we've got a chest down here. It's dated 43. And we've got a paratrooper Mazette bag there. It's waterproofed. And then we've got a BAR belt. Of course, it's not just the half. The other side's on the other side there. There's a one gaiter here, or one legging. Hadn't got a match to it yet, but there was actually three there. There were four that did not have matches that I was able to find matches on eBay with. So anyway, so down here we got some sewing stuff. We've got a wire cutter pouch here, and we've got just some sewing stuff, another first aid kit, shaving kit, the mirror right there, and there's some other stuff down there. And this canteen is actually really interesting. It's got a different top to it, you see. They did not use that cap for long. I heard it was really bad for breaking and cracking and stuff like that, which has got a little crack right there. But it's an early one. They didn't use it for long, and I haven't been able to find much on them at all. there's a right there's a holster from 44 and a little belt there, utility belt. And I'll show you the later plastic ones, which everybody's familiar with. Is that one right there, that plastic one. Okay, so we'll go back around here. We'll work our way back around here. So here's their HPT coveralls. Kind of hard to see. We've got a Navy uniform right here with the U.S. Navy flat hat, or Donald Duck hat, as a lot of them call it. This I got. This is really nice. It was a new old stock Navy hat from World War II, and it was really cool. It's really nice and clean. Then we have Navy uniform here. There's the medals and stuff. There's the hat went with it. Here's a poster. It was from Fort Smith, Arkansas. It was a movie poster here. I need to watch the movie. I need to find it and watch it. It's called Hitler Dead or Alive. Of course, that guy right there is my grandpa. He's the one that got me into collecting. So, of course, he's one of my best friends. So I got his picture in here. Of course, he didn't serve in World War II. Got a Yank magazine back there. I do have a lot of Yank magazines sitting around here, as you'll see. And I did miss this. It's my great-grandpa's Navy group here. He's right up there. See, he's to the left of the stain. Sorry, it's wiggling a lot. There you go. Maybe making some of y'all sick. Anyway, we'll go across here. See my Uncle Bill's picture there. It's his portrait. And then we've got a radio from 1939. It has been restored. I listen to it a lot. Got some family pictures up here. That's my great grandfather. That's his brother. Let me turn the light off. It's glaring here. That's his brother, my Uncle Gene, my great Uncle Gene. Then this is one of my other great grandfathers, my mom's side. That's his wife. Then here's my great Uncle Bill's discharge here. Maybe I'll stop and read it. I can't. I don't know if it's too blurry or not, but he might be able to get everything on it. But it's pretty neat to read. Then we've got uniform up there from the 9th Army Air Corps. So it was the same. Michael Bill was in the 9th Army Air Corps also. So we got that up there. Then we have an Eisenhower staff uniform here. Dress uniform. Kind of get so you can kind of see the. Yep, there it is. Then we've got a flag here. It's captured by one of our U.S. veterans. So let's get into this real quick. These are really neat. This is one of my favorite parts. This is the gun collection right here. So this is an M1 Garand. It's my M1 Garand. It's my baby. It's dated 1939. Then here we have a M1917 Eddystone, and it was manufactured in the last couple months of the war, of World War I. Then here is my 1943 dated M1 Carbine, and it appears to have all the original parts on it. It doesn't, like the barrel and stuff's all original. It doesn't appear to be redone by the arsenal after World War II. Then I've got the U.S. pouch on the side there for the extra clips or magazines. Some people get real anal about that because I know it's an M-block clip there. Then here we have the Mosin Nagant right there. Oh, sorry, no, that's not Mosin Nagant. They got the same color wood, so okay, excuse me. This is the Mosin Nagant right here. This is the Mosin Nagant. Then we have, and it is. Let's see, what was it? Is it dated? It's 42 dated. Then we've got our Steyr M95. M95 there. This was used by, I think it was called the Felgendarmerie. I'm probably butchering that yet again. But yeah, that's what it's used by. It's like the rear end troops, pretty much. Then we have our Nagant pistol with 7 rounds right here. Our P-38, of course, it was captured by one of our veterans. Also, Luger was captured by a veteran too. Then we got 2 clips here for it. It was chromed by the veteran. This is an old Luger. It's from 1920, and it was stamped with Imperial stamps. But then when the Nazis came in power, it was restamped with the Nazi stamp on the other side. And I do have a video on that. There's an extra clip for it. Alright guys, my camera is dying, and so I will restart. I will charge it for a minute, and I will come right back at you. So I'm back here. Camera's charged up a little bit more so I can finish out this video. And I will mention, and with Nazi stuff I have, because there's some people that are really ticky about it. I'm not a Nazi. I mean, I love America. I was supposed to mention that. This flag, I love this flag. I mean, it is humongous. I've pinned it up, of course, so it doesn't touch the ground. And in the bottom, but I love this. Like, this is my biggest American flag I have. I love this thing. I wish I had one like this fly out of my house. I mean, I love this. I love the design of the 48 star too. I just like, you know, they're pretty much the same. It's just like the straight lines. It's just like more uniform. Just looks better. But yeah, there's people that are ticky about it. They're like, oh, well, they think just because you have those items, they think you're a Nazi, and displaying them and I'm displaying them as a collection. This is strictly for educational and historical purposes. These items were all brought back by our veterans, and I think the items should be taken care of because they're war trophies. The stuff they brought back. So yeah, I just want to mention that because you know there's just some people out there that just want to be that way, just be not, y'all know what I mean. They just want to be not Karens or whatever. But anyway, so here's all the guns. See them all here. Then I'll just go back up here for a second. So this was a Japanese flag, and this is a story came along with it when I bought it, but I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe, may not. But it's there. Then we do have a German Oberlieutenant's tunic here. We have this great coat here, the belt and the pouch for the M1 carbine. We've got a tanker division here, a wool shirt, and then we have a Ike jacket there, with a neat patch and everything. Then we have this right here, this Marines uniform here. This belonged to a man named Jack Johnson, and he lived next door to my World War II collector friend when he lived in St. Louis. And he passed away. He got this from his family, and now he's passed it on to me. It's got a couple pairs of pants in there extra, but it's really neat. It's dated 1942 inside. Here's a little bit about him. If you want to stop and read it, you can. He was the president of Brown Shoe Company in St. Louis, Missouri. And he died. Let's see here. It's 65. Anyway, but yeah, it's just really neat. It's just got, you know, it's nice to have something with the person tied to it. You know whose it was. And he did fight on Iwo Jima. Here's an ad by AC here. That was talking about service. You know, I had Service Star on it. Had a letter here on it. It's just a big old, advertisement paper. And then here's Service Star right here. Then we have a Chinese flag up here from World War II. Then, got this. This was from a local man. He fought in the Aleutians Islands there when the Japanese tried to attack that. Then we have a couple more Yank magazines. A period correct Raleigh cigarettes ad. There's my great-grandfather, my great-great-grandfather, Ernest Oscar Milks in World War I. Then there's my Uncle Bill again. Then, of course I have everything in here's original. Of course, I had to have this poster here. It's just fun. I like this movie. But, anyway. So, there's my lamp. All my lamps in here are all period correct. Even the one, of course, the one I talked about in my radio room over there. Now, I told y'all I was going to tell you about all the field phones I got hooked up in here. So let me set my camera up here, and I will show you. And I don't know if you'll be able to hear the other one ringing or not, but you might be able to. I do have batteries for them. They take the big old D batteries. But you'd pick up the phone, talk, the other one. Of course, it'd be kind of hard to show in the video unless I had two people, but I don't have two people here right now to help me, so, or another person here to help me. So, got another dress uniform up there, and this is just about it for the collection here. I don't know if I did talk about. I did probably talk about the early World War I uniform, but it don't matter. We'll kind of show the whole thing again. Just take a quick sweep through here. I will show you what it looks like when all the lights are off, and that is really neat. That is I forgot to add that. That is Arasaka. This is borderized. Then take another sweep through. Got my bombers up there. I did say all my lamps were period correct, but I will have to say my one down here is not. I did not want. Because those lamps the originals get really hot. It's got a modern LED in it. Doesn't get really hot at all, and I don't want to catch those sandbags on fire. That would not be good. That's the only one that's not original. So all my lamps are from the 30s period, so that would be correct for the World War II time period. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and please like, subscribe, and comment. I enjoy your comments and likes and stuff like that, and all your subscriptions. And I just thank you all, and my collection has grown so much since my last update. I've been really blessed with all the jobs I've been getting, and just I've been doing a lot of hard work to put all this together, and it's just all for the honor of our veterans. So thanks for watching. Have a good day or night wherever you're at. All right, bye.